you're gonna kill me, just do it.
The 100th Hawaii 5-0, then a public feud.
I'm not changing laws.
You're selectively enforcing them.
Exposes a private affair.
You're seeing him?
New Blue Bloods after the 100th Hawaii 5-0. CBS this Friday.
Wouldn't you like a Medicare plan that gives you a concierge? To answer questions, make appointments, help in any way we can? You'll get that personal touch with Touchstone Health. See, we're more than just another Medicare Advantage plan. We help you make the most of your body, your mind, and your time. Touchstone Health. For simple, modern Medicare, call today or visit touchstonehealthnow.com.
Live from Studio 46, this is CBS2 News at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mary Calvi.
And I'm Chris Raggi. We begin with breaking news at this noon. A mother found guilty of killing her 8-year-old autistic son.
A jury just convicted socialite Gigi Jordan of manslaughter. They did not find her guilty of the top count of murder. CBS News' Dave Carlin sat down with Jordan to ask her about what really happened.
There's no freedom for me, really, at the end of the day.
Gigi Jordan says her soul died the instant her autistic son, Jude Mira, took his last breath on February 5th, 2010. She admits she gave him the fatal cocktail of pills inside a plush suite in a luxury Manhattan hotel.
You killed Jude.
I gave Jude, yes, an overdose of medication, yes. People have an understandably impossible time understanding how I could take the life of my child.
During our interview with Jordan in the women's jail on Rikers Island, she says she tried to end her own life the same way, and her main regret about that night is that she survived.
That was my intent, was to die that night. I had no reason to live after Jude's death.
Up, down, up, down.
Jordan, a multimillionaire, had traveled the world spending a fortune looking for ways to try and cure Jude. Prosecutors alleged Jordan could not fix her son's autism, so she killed him. But in court, Jordan took the stand and testified that Jude was never a burden and the reason she killed him was a mother's love.
I wanted him to be safe and at peace at any cost.
Her lawyers argued at the time of the killing she was in the throes of an extreme emotional disturbance, fearing her own life was in danger and that her son would have an unbearable and tormented life without her. Jordan claimed Jude said he was the victim of repeated torture and sexual abuse by his father, Jordan's ex-husband, who denies it and was never charged. Convinced her husband would somehow get custody of Jude, prompted what the defense described as Jordan's desperate yet in her mind merciful resolution to kill.
The choices that I was faced with meant that he would endure a life of unimaginable suffering.
For days, the 7 men and 5 women of the jury deliberated. Would they convict Jordan of murder or the lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter?
Anyone can stand there and judge. I could have done more. I could have done this. I could have done that. They're not in my shoes.
That was Dave Carlin reporting. Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance issued a statement moments ago saying Gigi Jordan showed no mercy to her son and should receive none at the time of her sentencing. Jordan faces 5 to 25 years. Prosecutors have not yet set a sentencing date.
Breaking news in East Orange. A police officer shot and wounded. Jim Smith is in Chopper 2 over the scene. Jim.
Yeah, Mary, not many details being released by the police at this point, but what we do know is that an East Orange police officer was shot sometime in the last hour. They were taken to University Hospital. The injuries are not considered life-threatening. Now, this is North Orrington Parkway by New Street. What we have noticed about the area is that many houses have crime scene tape blocking off the front lawns. Police officers walking up and down North Orrington Parkway. There was also a second scene just a block away on Maple Avenue. Several police officers as well as an ambulance were over in front of the building at that location. Now, at this point, there is no word yet on the subject. suspect or what situation led to those shots being fired. But once again, an East Orange police officer has been shot. The injury is not considered life-threatening. Of course, as we get more information on the story, we will bring that along to you. For now, live in Chopper 2, Jim Smith, CBS 2 News.
Jim, thank you. More breaking news in New Jersey. Officials have given the all clear after a student shot a blast of pepper spray outside the Freehold High School cafeteria. Students and teachers were told to stay put as air quality samples were taken before classes resumed. No one was directly hit, but some required on-site medical attention.
2 NYPD officers expected to surrender today on charges that they beat a teenage suspect. Surveillance cameras captured the arrest. CBS 2's Diane Macedo has the story from downtown Brooklyn.
Sources tell us both officers, David Afanador and Tyrone Isaac, will surrender here at the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. Both 9-year veterans on the force are then expected to be arraigned in court later today, and an attorney for the teens' family says they will also be there to see it happen.
Their general attitude seems to be that they're above the law. Well, they're not above the law. Nobody's above the law. And his family and I, we expect and we hope that these officers, that they will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
This all stems from the August 29th marijuana arrest of 16-year-old Kareem Tribble in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Surveillance video of the arrest shows an officer apparently punch him in the face, and then after he puts his hands up in surrender, another cop appears to bash the teen in the face with a gun.
What they did was evidently a criminal act, obviously a criminal act. The officer who assaulted my client with the butt of the weapon committed an assault in the second degree, an assault with a weapon. He could have killed him.
But PBA President Patrick Lynch says the video doesn't tell the full story.
It doesn't show what the police officer saw or raised their suspicion. They leave out the fact that there was a foot pursuit where police officers had to chase this individual as he threw something down. That's a dangerous situation for police officers.
And there's also Tribble's arrest record. According to cops, on August 1st, he was arrested for the sale and possession of marijuana. On August 29th, the marijuana bust that was caught on tape. Then August 31st, just 2 days later, he was arrested again for gambling on the street and criminal possession of a loaded gun, though cops claim he tossed the weapon as he ran away. Police also claim Tribble dropped 17 bags of marijuana before running from police that day, though that case was pleaded down to just a violation. As for the officers, they face charges of assault and official misconduct, and Afanador faces an extra charge of criminal weapons possession. In downtown Brooklyn, Diane Macedo, CBS 2 News.